I let AI design my Etsy wall art bundle, and here's what happened. Wall art bundles are one of the easiest ways to ramp up revenue in your shop, but they look intimidating when you're researching and you keep finding bundles with hundreds, if not thousands of designs. I totally get it. I actually have quite a few coaching students who sell wall art, so today I'm showing you exactly how to find popular bundles. Then we're going to use AI to create our own versions without overcomplicating it. I've also got a free wall art size guide I created that you can grab to help make things a lot more clear. So hang around to find out how you can get your free copy. If you're new here, hi, I'm Danya, and I help other shop owners grow quickly by focusing on being strategically intentional and targeting low competition products and niches. Without any further ado, let's get into it. Okay, and we're going to begin by making our way over to the Etsy search page. And I've just typed in wall art bundle because that is what we're going to be looking for today. And I wanted to show you a few quick things. But before I do, I will be using Everbee to conduct my market research. If you've seen any of my other videos, you know I love Everbee. It's been a real game changer for me. I'm going to try it out for free. I have a link below in the description for you. So going back into the search page, I typed in wall art bundle, and something really cool that Everbee does is it'll show you the amount of searches for that particular keyword. So we can see that wall art bundle has an incredibly healthy search volume. Another cool thing to keep in mind too is that no matter what you're searching for, Etsy will pre-populate other keyword phrases that are currently being searched for. But when you add in Everbee showing you how many people are searching for it, it helps you make a more intelligent decision to determine if that is worth your time. Wall art bundle to me, with over 2,600 monthly searches, is worth my time. So I'm going to search that. Okay, now we are on page 1 of the search results, and I just want to scroll down page 1 to get an idea and confirmation visually that the wall art bundle niche is in demand. Right away, I am seeing a lot of bestseller badges, popular now badges. These are all those positive indicators that that would be a niche that is worth your time. So we're just going to continue scrolling down. Another cool thing I'm noticing too is that there are multiple types of different wall art bundles. It isn't just one particular aesthetic. There's multiple here, which I find to be very exciting because it lets me know I can be creative. I can do a lot with it and see what happens. Another really cool feature of Everbee is their product analytics tab, and I use that quite often to do my market research. You can get there by clicking over to the left panel and click the product analytics tab here. And from there, we're going to do a few things to make our searching a lot more easy. First, we can see here that we have our keyword phrase already entered in for us, which is great. Now it will default to showing you what is only on page 1, but I want to check the entire database. So I will click right over there. And then over in the filter button here, we're going to click filter. And I want to filter it by digital products only. And then for the age of the listing, I want to top out at 12 months or newer, just to give me more recent listings that are doing well. Then we're going to come to the revenue column, and we're going to filter it from the largest amount of revenue to the smallest. It looks like it may have defaulted for me already. If it doesn't do it for you, just click the blue button until you have it sorted in a way that you want to work with. But it looks like I'm good to go for here. And so now that we have it filtered and sorted in a way that we want to work with, I'm going to come right over here and drag out the title a bit, just so I can read what it is and make sure that it's something that will be applicable to what we're doing for today. The first few that come up appear to be whole shop bundles, and I don't want to target a whole shop bundle because those don't have a theme. I want to target a particular aesthetic, a particular theme, not a whole shop bundle. So I'm going to not look at those. I do see one here for William Morris, and I think that might be trademarked. We don't want to touch that. I have more coming down here, and these appear to be entire shop bundles. I'm not really sure what these are, but we're going to continue to go and continue. That's the thing too, is if you don't know what something is, be really mindful about trying to figure it out while you're doing your market research, because that will open up other rabbit holes that you may go down and you become way off from what your original intention was. So I'm not going to dig any deeper into the ones that I don't really quite know what they are. I'm only focusing on the things that I know what they are. I want to determine if that will be applicable for me to create today. I did find one here, which is a vintage wall art mega bundle. bundle. We're not worrying about the amount of the bundle right now, how many prints are in the bundle, but we have vintage wall art. So the one that I found here, I am going to click the view on Etsy button and I'll add that in another tab. And we're going to continue to look. Just making my way down. We have a preppy summer wall art. That's interesting. A beach house type of wall art. That's really interesting. I'm going to come right over here again and click view on Etsy. And I'm going to just continue coming down. We have vintage, it's entire shop bundle. Don't want to do that. We have trendy Christian pink coquette. That's really interesting. Let me click that one to check out a little bit later. And then I'll meet you with a few wall art bundles that we may want to think about creating for today. All right, and just to quickly show you the 3 that I found that we're not going to use today, but a little bit of validation for you to see that wall art bundles can do incredibly well. I did pull up that Christian, the pink coquette Christian one. It is a bestseller. 2 people bought it in the last 24 hours. And then we have the preppy summer wall art. Very, very cute. I like the colorfulness of it. It is a bestseller and it is in over 20 cards. And over 20 cards could be 21 cards. It could be 200 cards. This one is doing incredibly well. It's got that bestseller badge. Third one I looked at is in over 17 cards and it is a bestseller. But the one that we're actually going to create today is this one. It is a bestseller. 5 people bought it in the last 24 hours, and I like it. It's a vintage moody print bundle. Dark academia decor, rustic dark gallery wall art set, moody French country prints. Very pretty, and I do love how they have it all put together. I think this will be a really fun collection to create. So now we're gonna hop into that process. But before we do, earlier in the video, I mentioned that I created a free wall art size guide for you. If you want to grab your free copy, go ahead and leave the word guide below and I'll make sure I get that over to you. Now we're going to hop over into ChatGPT to help us create and curate our cohesive wall art bundle collection. I've typed in, I am creating a collection of wall art centered around dark academia. What are some design elements that are applicable to this design aesthetic? And let's see what we get from ChatGPT. Okay, we are being shown here that dark academia leans into moody, intellectual, nostalgic, and gothic vibes, which is what the listing that we found, it did a great job at that. It is giving us options for the color palette, deep neutrals like black, charcoal, sepia, ivory, walnut, muted tones, desaturated vintage hues. It is also giving us core visual motifs, books and libraries, writing and literature, architecture, nature, objects. ChatGPT always comes in clutch, even if you're not familiar with a particular type of aesthetic. And so this is always going to be something that I recommend you do, is to lean into using ChatGPT to help you understand what that particular aesthetic entails, and it'll help you create a beautiful, cohesive collection. It also is giving us typography and texture, and the mood. It did a great job. So thank you, ChatGPT. Now I've entered in another question for a ChatGPT. I asked it, this is great, thank you. I'd like to create a collection of 30 art prints that are inspired by the elements you reference. Please use those elements to give me a set of 30 cohesive, detailed prompts I can use in Midjourney or another AI image generator. Do you understand what I am asking? That is something that I do follow up all of my questions or requests with ChatGPT, because sometimes I'll ask it to do something or give me information on something and it'll go a little off kilter. So I want to make sure that before I hit enter that I'm asking ChatGPT, does it understand? Because when you do that, there may be times where it'll tell you that it needs more information from you. So I just want to make sure that ChatGPT and I are on the same page. And we now have our entire list of 30 dark academia inspired prompts that ChatGPT generated for us in a couple of seconds. And ChatGPT did it in a way, because we asked it to make sure that they're all going to be cohesive to the collection. Now you can use whatever AI image generator that you like. But for today, I am going to go with Midjourney because I think it might give me the type of result that I'm trying to accomplish today. I did hop back into ChatGPT and told ChatGPT I'm using Midjourney. And so I wanted to make sure that I get consistent results with all 30 prompts. And so ChatGPT had me add that particular verbiage at the end of each prompt within Midjourney. And so instead of me doing it manually, I just asked ChatGPT to rewrite the 30 prompts with those parameters added to the end of the prompt for me, which makes it a little bit easier when I'm copying and pasting into Midjourney. Now I'm going to hop over into Midjourney, and I'm just going to paste in the prompt here and then hit enter. While that one is running, I'm going to copy prompt 2 and then paste there. Then I'm going to just continue going through and pasting the prompt from ChatGPT in there. Now, I do encourage you to make changes to the prompts. You don't want to use them as is. You want to have some creative input, but by using ChatGPT, you get a really good structure to work with. I'm using them as is for today's video, but I always encourage my coaching students to please change up the prompts to include your own design, your own thoughts, your own style behind it. Alrighty, and we are beginning to get our first few results in from Midjourney, and they're coming out really, really good. I like them. That first set is beautiful. I really like it. That is very nice too. I like how the depth is on that one. I think it's really cool. A lot of texture and dimension to it. And then we have these pressed wildflowers as well. I'm going to continue running the rest of the other prompts that I got from ChatGPT. And what I'll do is I'll leave the first 3 prompts I use in the description to help get you started, because I don't want to keep the video too long, but I do want to show you a few of the designs that we got mocked up. So we're going to begin with the gallery view here. It does a really good job at showing the customer how the collection can look all together and the cohesion behind it. I'm also going to show you 3 of these mocked up here, and you can see that they do go really well together. We got really good outputs from Midjourney, and I kind of knew that we would. I'll show you those 2. These all go together very beautifully. It came out to be a really good collection. Then I'll just show you a few of the individual designs that we created, and it's beautiful. It's a really beautiful collection. I'm really happy with it, and I would get this in my shop immediately because I think it does have the potential to become a bestseller. Now that you've seen exactly how I research, design, and create cohesive wall art bundles, hopefully you feel more confident that you can do this and that it doesn't have to be overcomplicated. If you want more done for you help, I do go deeper inside of my private group, the Done For You Niche Club, to help you grow more quickly without overthinking it. So if you're ready to grow your shop, check out the first link in the description below. And don't forget that if you want my free wall art size guide, go ahead and comment the word guide below and I'll get that over to you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.